Welcome to Week and Geek, your new comic preview supplemental for Free Comic Book Day, May 7th, 2011.
Indeed, Free Comic Book Day is always the first Saturday in May where you can go to your local retailer. It's a great bridge between the comic retailers and the people. Get people in the store, come check out some comic books. It's not a free-for-all. That's kind of a misconception. There are specific Free Comic Book Day books, and each store, will throw their own event. We're going to have a lot of fun in here. We're going to have Terrell Culbert, a local artist and filmmaker. He'll be probably promoting his film Sieve, as well as his comic book, and probably doing some sketches and other various things. And then we've also got Rob Worley coming.
Eisner-nominated Rob Worley.
Indeed. He's going to be giving away some free Scratch 9 posters to the kids and the big kids, kids of all ages, let's say. Mm-hmm. So that should be fun. Come on in, and also just visit your local retailer in general. A lot of people like to make a day of it and hit, multiple shops, because most shops have a limit on how many you can grab. Right. So then you can kind of maybe, if you want to grab everything that Saturday, you go to a bunch of different shops, see what kind of event they've got going. And that'll be fun. A couple of places that I'd like to recommend. You should always go to Comics and More at 28059 John R. Road in Madison Heights, Michigan. First, we'll be open from 11 to 6. Then there'll be great events going on also at Detroit Comics, at Green Brain Comics, at Comic City, at Wonder World Comics. So check out these other places. Go online, see what's happening, and get yourself some comics.
Yep. Yeah, so, there is something for everybody, and there is always a special focus for kids. There's always a ton of good kids comics out there on Free Comic Books Day, because we need kids reading comic books.
Yep. When we all grow up and get old and die, don't be anybody left if there aren't the kids reading. So
this is true.
So we're just going to go through some things real quick that are going to be available for you. They got a Magic the Gathering Path of the Planeswalker comic for those that are into Magic. That should be fun for you. Archaea Comics is doing a flip book with Mouse Guard, local Ferndale resident David Peterson. Mm-hmm. The other side of that is a little Dark Crystal, Jim Henson's Dark Crystal, which is a preview to a couple of hardcovers that it looks like they're doing. And they're going to be coming up.
As always, the Mouse Guard is a square book.
Yes. Yep, even the Free Comic Day book. Mm-hmm. We got Archie is giving us a Sonic the Hedgehog book with an all-new story. You got some stuff here. They always put this stuff out from Drawn and Quarterly. They have some comic strips, Tubby and Judy and Nancy and all, just old strips, old reprints of comics. So that stuff's always fun, and it's kid-friendly, but also the big kids like the older stuff, too. It's what they grew up on. Archie hasn't done Pep Comics in years, but they got a Pep Comics featuring Betty and Veronica. So that should be fun. Again, another kid-friendly one. Something here called the Silver Scorpion from Liquid Comics. It looks like it's a handicapped kid who becomes a superhero. So that's kind of cool. Witch and Wizard, which is a James Patterson thing from Yen Press. Interesting enough. ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement by 12 Gauge Comics. Okay. Looks interesting. Yeah. Then we got Lock and Key. It's a reprint of something that those of us who are reading Lock and Key have already read, but those who haven't, pick it up. The series is fantastic. You got IDW's doing a Lock and Key. Oni Press is doing rated free for everyone. So Oni does some stuff. Oni does a lot of weird stuff, but they also have some kid-friendly stuff. And that's kind of what they try to focus on their Free Comic Day. So you got that thing coming. It is not a flip book. Sometimes they've done the flip book as well. Overstreet, the comic price guide. They always do something, just kind of a guide to collecting. They have a little, it almost looks like a Scott McCloud kind of thing going where he's showing you what to do and whatever. Kind of fun. Civil War Adventure, which I know my buddy Steve is looking forward to that. He's a history buff.
This is not the Marvel Civil War. This is the real Civil War.
This is real Civil War. Yes. Cowboys and Native Americans. And so we got, obviously we weren't fighting the Native Americans, but there's Native Americans in the comic book. I know that sounded crazy, but I do know what I'm talking about. So we've got Super Dinosaur, and then Robert Kirkman made Super Dinosaur available for Free Comic Book Day. Kids are going to love that one. That's going to be fun. I got something that should have been in your stack.
Oh.
Then Jake the Dreaming.
Here, then you take this one.
Oh, there we go. That's a nice trade-off. Jake the Dreaming is coming out through Radical Books. They do some fun stuff. The artwork looks great. It's billed as an illustrated novel. So it's mostly, it's just some digital pictures in there with prose writing. So it looks kind of interesting. Then we've got Marvel's freebie book here, Amazing Spider-Man. So I'm trying to see if it's something new, if it's new material or if it's reprint material. It is written by Dan Slott. who's currently doing the book, so that should be fun. I'm sure it'll fit in and also be a good place to jump on. We got Bongo Comics is doing their comics free for all, so they've got nice Simpson stories in there.
Bongo's always got great free comic book day books.
Absolutely, and you know what? I know some parents that don't like their kids to read or to watch The Simpsons rather, but the comic is like the new Archie.
Mm-hmm.
So something called Spontaneous, issue 1 by another Oni Press. So this is their more adult book. You know, they did the kids one. The art looks really interesting. It almost looks like that. What was that? Something the Light or something that they had done. Yeah, it looks very similar to that. It's written by Joe Harris and Brett Waldell.
Yeah, I think he also did Surrogates.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. Movie Surrogates there, which came out last year.
Yeah, a while ago.
And then 2000 AD actually has a book. So you got some Judge Dredd and stuff going in here, and you know the 2000 AD stuff's always fun. The Judge Dredd stuff's always a good time. I mean, I only like my Judge Dredd when Chopper's in it, but you know that's just me.
I think just about every great British comic book creator got their start in 2000 AD.
Absolutely. So that's half the stack. What else we got coming for Free Comic Day?
Well, we also got from Blue Water Comics, who they do a lot of the biographical comics.
Yep.
They've got the Misadventures of Adam West. How can you go wrong with Adam West?
If Adam West is involved, it's going to be a misadventure.
Holy biography, Batman.
Yes.
Aspen Comics has got World of Aspen 2011. It's got kind of the steampunk character. Who's this character? Lady Mechanica.
Oh, there you go.
Looks like a good sampler to their stuff. Some gorgeous artwork and color in Aspen Comics. DC's kid-friendly entry is the Young Justice Batman Brave and the Bold Super Spectacular, based on the cartoons of the same name. Never got into Batman Brave and the Bold, but Young Justice is always fantastic as a cartoon and as a
Brave
comic
and the
book.
Bold. I think it's fun.
We've got from Fantagraphics Books, Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse. This looks to be a reprint of some older Mickey Mouse stuff. If it's a Fantagraphics, it is most likely something with a little bit more of a historical context. Fantagraphics always does some great stuff. I'm kind of surprised to see this coming from them, but again, they're dedicated to preserving the history of this medium. From Ape Entertainment and their Kizoic imprint, Richie Rich, the Eruption Disruption. Looks like kind of an interesting new take on Richie Rich, maybe a little bit of a manga style. Kind of interesting. I haven't read a Richie Rich comic in forever, but
Eisner nominee Rob Worley was supposed to be doing some stuff for them for Richie Rich,
yeah.
and I think he wrote a story. It is not in there. I don't know what's going on with that exactly, but
next up from Boom is Michael Moorcock's Elric: The Balance Lost by Chris Robertson. I never got into reading Elric the books, the Michael Moorcock books, but I used to read the old First Comics books that were published many years ago, and they were always pretty good. So if you're into that, if you're into Elric, if you're into fantasy, give that a shot. From, who published this? Third World Studios, The Intrepid Escapegoat.
I like the cover.
Great cover, great name.
The art looks good.
Definitely a great kids book if you've got some kids who... Oh, looks like there's some Egypt, some history going on here. Looks like some interesting stuff. From Viper Comics, we've got Inspector Gadget. I don't think we really need to say much more about that.
I'm excited about that.
If you're watching this show, you know who Inspector Gadget is. The Discovery Channel, and I think probably their first entry into Free Comic Book Day, with the top 10 deadliest sharks. This is a smaller book.
Are they as deadly when they're animated?
A flip book with dinosaurs.
Woo!
Sharks and dinosaurs, 2 ways to die.
How do you not love that?
So yeah, this looks kind of interesting. I don't know what this is, if this is a story, but if you like sharks or dinosaurs, give it a shot. Top Shelf has their Kids Club book. Top Shelf, normally known for mature stuff, but they do have things like Owly and a lot of other kid-friendly books. So again, this is a great one if you've got kids to check out, or if you just like some kind of lighter kid-friendly fare. Next up from Dark Horse, we've got Avatar: The Last Airbender. Even M. Night Shyamalan couldn't kill this franchise. And here you got that, along with a flip book of Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh.
Dark Horse...
that would be a popular one.
They've done some great Star Wars stuff. Yeah, this one... Get out to the store early, because this one's going to go
The Clone
fast.
Wars will go quick.
Kids are going to dig that.
Yep.
Clone Wars and Avatar?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's two great tastes. Taste great together.
Absolutely.
Top Cow has got Darkness 2 Confession. I don't really know anything about the Darkness, but a lot of people seem to love it. If you love it, pick this up. If you want to give it a shot, it'll be free. Next up from Dark Horse is Baltimore from Mike Mignola, Christopher Golden. This, I think originally Baltimore was a book.
I think so, yeah.
And they've been doing new stories.
It's not tied into Hellboy, right?
This is not tied into Hellboy as far as I know, but it's got that feel, it's got that vibe, and the flip book for this, there's a lot of flip books.
Oh, yeah. I like that, though.
Criminal Macabre by Steve Niles and Christopher Mitten. Great combination. Steve Niles does some great stuff. I don't think I've read Criminal Macabre before, but I'm going to give this a shot because I definitely want to pick up this other one here. Kaboom? Never heard of them. They're doing Disney's Darkwing Duck.
That's Boom.
Boom, okay.
Kaboom is their kids.
That makes sense. So they've got Darkwing Duck and a flip book with Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. They're going to milk the Disney stuff for as much as they can.
As long as they
Marvel
can.
Takes it away from them.
Yep, that's
anyway,
what's going to happen.
Darkwing Duck, probably my favorite of all the Disney stuff because it's a superhero. He should be a comic book.
It's Batman. It's Duckman.
Next up
but not Duckman.
is The Tick.
Spoon.
If you don't know The Tick, give this a shot. If you watch the cartoon, if you watch the live action show, great stuff. Marvel's other entry in here is Captain America and Thor, the Mighty Fighting Avengers. I wonder why they chose these two.
Gee, I have no idea. It would be perfect if there was a movie coming out.
But what's interesting is the very late lamented Thor Mighty Avenger. This is the same Thor.
Yes.
This is Roger Langridge and Chris Samnee. This basically
His artwork is great.
the next story, but this time they put Captain America in it. Maybe this time. Well, actually, I was going to say maybe this time it'll sell, but this isn't going to sell. It's free. And last up for me is Green Lantern Special Edition. This is yet another reprinting of the Origin. This is from Green Lantern's Secret Origin. This is also was reprinted recently in the Green Lantern Super Spectacular. I think they also did a one of those dollar comics.
Yeah, I believe so.
So they're making sure that anybody who wants to know Green Lantern's origin can find it out as easily as possible. And in addition to that, they've got a little preview of Flashpoint, which comes out the following Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
And on the Green Lantern topic, there is also a Green Lantern HeroClix, which is available. I've never played it, but I've got a bunch of the Green Lantern ones, so I'm looking forward to adding that to my collection.
It's a nice piece. It's a real nice piece. The thing about the HeroClix, I don't know how every other store is going to do it. Personally, I try to keep them in the hands of the kids. So I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I mean, we very much try to, the Free Comic Book Day tries to be a kids event, and I only have so many of them, so most of them are going to go to the kids. So all of you adults, sorry, I know you like cool stuff too, but imagine how upset you would have been when you were 10 if an adult took it from you. So there's that.
And lastly, Thor is opening this weekend, and we did see it.
Yes, we did.
And it's awesome.
Fantastic.
Asgard is amazing.
And they spent a lot of time in Asgard. I think a lot of people were worried that it was going to spend too much time on Earth. Don't worry.
There's a lot of things that are very faithful to the comics. The details are certainly different.
Sure.
It's got the spirit. Chris Helmsworth does a great job as Thor.
Yes.
Loki is great. I was worried about Anthony Hopkins. He's kind of phoned it in recent
But I thought
years,
he was good.
But he's fantastic. Natalie Portman is great. Really, I can
Volstagg
say...
was probably my favorite.
I can say nothing bad about this movie at all.
Go see it. Definitely go see it.
And wait through the credits because it's a Marvel Comics movie and there's a little teaser back there. We'll just let you know now, but we're not going to tell you what it is.
And it's the best one yet. I think it's the best one yet.
I thought the first one was the best one yet because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
but this one is a great one.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
And
I knew what the thing was. Like, it's got to be this. And I was so excited when I saw it.
You'll love it. Go see it.
Absolutely. And that is your Free Comic Day geeky weakness.
Weekend Free Comic Book Day.
Everybody gets your comics and comics and more.